Hey guys, welcome back to another quick video. Today we are going to do something called drywall nailers and kind of hurricane ties, but we're not going to use hurricane ties. We got something a lot better. So, what is a drywall nailer? If you look up at the ceiling, that's where your drywall is getting screwed into. Along this wall, you're gonna put a board of drywall up there and you have all these trusses to screw into. The problem comes to when you change orientation with the trusses and you're going with them, like the top of this wall, there's nothing at the edge here to nail to, or screw to. So we need to put another board on top of that hanging out so the drywallers can screw up into that. It might sound simple, and it is a simple task, but it's kind of a pain in the butt because you have all the rooms and all the different intersecting walls, and you don't want to forget one because A, the drywallers will be mad and they'll have to stop what they're doing to put one in, or depending on the crew, they might just not even use one, and we definitely don't want that. So we're gonna take our time and make sure every single spot where they need a nailer, they have one. Nailers are also really important on vertical walls. So let me try and find an example. We tried to frame it so we wouldn't have the issue, but I'm sure I can find it somewhere and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We did a pretty good job of not missing any. You can see here, this is gonna be small shelving for our master bathroom. And you can see, so there's gonna be drywall obviously here. Here is a nailer, but also on the other side, there's also a nailer. It's not huge, this could be bigger, but most spots, we got plenty of room to nail into. So that's what you're looking for on a nailer, and I found an example of a missed one. Not sure exactly what happened, but here in this corner, not even close to enough to screw drywall to. On this side, we have plenty. This whole piece, this wall buck here, should have been over maybe a half, 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to add a 2x4 or a 2x6 going this way so they have something super sturdy to screw to. I already went around the other day and measured every single truss at every wall to make sure it was exactly 2 feet on center and put 2 nails in the top of every truss where it contacted the wall, which I don't know if you can tell how many spots that is, but that took a long time. The next thing on the list for today is putting in the timber locks. So you have your house and you have your trusses sitting on your walls, but when you have overhangs and there's wind, it creates uplift. And in Michigan, it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, this is kind of just like an overkill code, but in hurricane zones, it's extremely important. Hey, buddy. So what you have to do is you have to fasten the truss down to the wall more than the nails that we put in there when we were setting the trusses. So there's something called a hurricane tie, which is basically goes on the side of the truss and the side of the wall. The thing I don't like about that, number one, it takes forever, and number two, you are left with a bulge at the top of your wall, and the drywall has to go over that. So you'd either have to chisel a little channel for it to make it flush, or just have the drywallers floated over that, and I don't like that idea. So what we're gonna do, they're a little more expensive, we're gonna take one of these timber locks and screw it up through the bottom plate. This meets code, and it's actually stronger, I believe, than a hurricane tie. So you can see it here, it's a 6-inch lag. This replaces, I think it says a 3/8, yeah, it replaces a 3/8 actual lag bolt. So we will screw it up through the bottom plate and into the bottom truss, and that will hold the roof on the house securely. It's kind of hard to believe that this little thing is that strong, but put it on every single truss, and I guess it works. Alright guys, that is a wrap on nailers and the hurricane screws, I guess you'd call it. Last video you saw us do all the soffit and fascia. You can look up there, you can kind of see a shadow. It's super nice. That breeze and the cold air and the snow is not coming in any longer. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll be releasing a full-length video soon, actually teaching you guys how to either swap your soffit if you have existing, or install new soffit. I really think the aluminum we went with was a great choice. The house looks very crisp. Crispy? Clean?
Not crispy.
Crispy, okay. Looks very
Good.
eloquent?
Good.
Okay, it looks good. Come with me real quick. We'll do a recap of everything we did. Up here's a good example. This is where it goes from 9 to 10 foot ceilings. So we had to box it out, and we wanted the drywall to be on the 10-foot wall to make this entrance and that one over there look a little more grand. Right there. Also, right there, this is a little soffit box we built. This is gonna be really cool under here. We're gonna do a giant X or maybe two. Two might actually.
No, one.
Just one. All right, one giant X along here with a chandelier coming down from the center. So we're gonna drywall it and then we'll build the boxes down. We'll either do like poplar and paint it, or we'll get some maybe rustic wood and build faux beams out of them. So we had to build this little box because we want the X's to dead end into them. We don't want to see the ends of the box from the living room. So that actually was a little complicated because the trusses weren't perfect and we want that edge to be super nice. We had to add a few nailers on the horizontal walls. We got the last doorway built. We're waiting on the fireplace insert to completely finish framing that. But you can see it is pretty much what it's going to be. We might have to move this TV mounting box, and we're still playing with the height. These here on the sides are going to be for firewood. So still have to build this one, but we just put a pause on it until we get that insert in so we can
Visualize it.
So yeah, so we can visualize it. So that was a ton of work. I really did not want to do that. It was not fun at all. It was all on the scaffolding, up and down 1,000 times and measuring. But it's something that has to be done, and we're so happy to finally be done with it, because now, we're ready. It's plumbing time. Stay tuned, guys, and we'll see you for the next video. Probably gonna be some plumbing in this house.